Hi everyone, this is Alfred Costanzo Financial Advisors, and we're going over the 4 types of annuities today. Now, many people out there are probably wondering, are annuities good or bad? But really the question asked before then is, what kind of annuity are you even looking at? And today, I'm going to write down the 4 main types that are out there and to be aware of on each category and what they're most useful for each individual client. Now I'm going to pull up my PowerPoint slide here. And here we have the 4 types of annuities. Now I'm going to draw a little bit on here. So I know it's pretty plain looking at it off the bat. I'll be drawn throughout here, going over what exactly these annuities are capable of doing and when is the best time to actually use them. Now, the first one out there is called an immediate annuity, a SPIA, single premium annuity. Now, this is very similar to a pension. So if anyone out there has a pension today where you're going to get a payment for the rest of your life, that is what an immediate annuity does. You take $100,000, you put it in with the company, and they give you a payment, let's call it $5,000 a year. That varies per company, and you get that payment for the rest of your life. Sounds great. The one problem that I have with this current annuity here, the immediate annuity, is you lose control of your money. So very similar to a pension, you put your $100,000 in throughout the years of your employment, and when you get that income, you can't access the money you have in there. You just get the income every single month. The immediate annuity works the same way. We put this $100,000 in, we lose control of that money. This is called annuitization, where now the insurance company takes your money, they give you a paycheck, but if you ever need that money back, you do not have access to it. So that's an immediate annuity. Good if you're really just looking for income. I don't normally recommend this, however, due to the fact that you lose control of your money. Next one is called a fixed annuity. Now, a fixed annuity works very similarly to a CD, where it will give you a term. Typically, it's 5 years, 2 years. The longer the duration, the higher the interest rate, and they'll give you a return. Typically, you might see a 4% a year currently today, over 5 years. Now, this is not going to do better than 4%, but it's not going to do worse. It's 4% every year for that 5-year time period. This is good if you're looking for a modest return in your investments. You're not looking to hit the ball out of the park here, but you do want to have some sort of returns better than what your bank account's doing. Fixed annuities have become more popular as rates have gone up. Now, there are some other options I think could be better, depends on your market risk and if you want higher returns than a 3 or 4% a year. But a fixed annuity is something that you could utilize if you're looking for a fixed time period to get an interest rate per year. Variable annuity. Now, most of the time, if you're looking online for annuities, variable annuities do pop up. There's a couple of things that go on here with the variable annuity. The first thing is that you're going to invest into a mutual fund. Very similar to like a 401k that you have today, where you invest inside the market and you get market growth. So in a variable annuity, if you're invested fully, let's say in the S&P 500 mutual fund, when that goes up, you go up all the way with it. And when it goes down, you go down with it as well. Now, in a variable annuity, typically they have something called an income rider, where you're able to pay a fee, and they will give you protection sometimes with the market, where your income base will grow by a certain percentage every year, but your account value, which I'll cover in our video here, can go down or go up, depending on what the market does. Variable annuities are known for their high fees. So there's a couple of fees that go on inside a variable annuity. The first one is called the M&E fee, mortality and expense. Typically, this fee is around 1%. And again, it varies per company. You have an administration fee. Typically, that's the lowest of the fees on here. You might see it be 0.15 or a fixed dollar amount. per year. Then you have a rider fee. As mentioned before, if you want an income rider, these range from 1 to almost 2%, depending on what you're looking for. And the last thing that you pay for is the mutual fund fee. So people don't realize this, but mutual funds do cost money. And typically in a variable annuity, you're paying around 0.5 up to 1.5% a year in mutual fund fees. So in total, a variable annuity, you could see one that costs just 1.5% a year if there's no rider fee, all the way up to 3, 4, 5, even 6% a year I've seen as fees on a variable annuity. Something you want to be aware of before jumping into one, and knowing, hey, what exactly am I paying? Because a lot of these fees typically aren't fully disclosed. Like the mutual fund fee, you might not see initially on paperwork you're doing, but if you look at the mutual funds you're choosing, you'll see there are fees attached to them. So something to keep in mind before doing a variable annuity. Also knowing your account value can fall inside of here. The last annuity we're going over today is the equity index annuity. This is nicknamed the hybrid annuity. It takes some of the good parts of the other annuities here today and some of the bad parts and gets rid of those and keeps it good. I'm over how this works inside. This annuity in particular works a little bit differently than the ones previously. So the first thing, you might mention the name. It's called equity index. So we're following an index in the market. This could be the S&P 500. This could be other indices that are out there that are more conservative, more aggressive, hundreds of out there that you can choose from. And with this, you participate with that growth. There's 3 ways that you can earn money with that index. I'm going to go over that here in a second. But when the market goes down, this stays flat. You don't lose anything. It's a pretty key component. And why a lot of people like this particular annuity is because you get that protection from the market risk, but you can still participate with the market when it goes up. Now that participation, as mentioned before, comes in 3 different ways. The first one is called participation. This would be you get 50%, 100%, 150% of whatever index you're following. As an example, let's say we got 50% of the S&P 500. If the S&P did 20%, you would receive 10. If it did 50%, you would get 25. If it did negative 20%, you would get 0. You would not participate on the negative side. The second way is a cap. Look at this as a ceiling, where a cap could be 10%, 5%, 15%. Let's use 10 as the example here. If the S&P 500 went up to 15 on that given year, you would only earn 10. If it went down to negative 10, you would earn 0. If it did 5, you would get 5. So a cap gives you that ceiling that you can earn on it, but you get the full participation up until that ceiling mark. The last one's a spread. Now a spread gives you a number, we'll call it 4% here. And you subtract that number from what the index did. So the S&P had 10% in a given year, we subtract 4, now we're at 6%. If it did 20, you would get 16. And if it did negative 10, you would get 0. So participation, cap, and a spread. And these are all over year intervals. So typically you might have a 1-year participation on the S&P. So every year you earn the interest on the account. Sometimes you might see a 2-year or even a 3-year, where now that time period of when you get that return is spread out further. I'm a video just on these marks here, a little deeper dive in. So please click below to watch that video. Now, finishing up the equity index annuity, there's also another feature we can add to this, and that's a guaranteed feature, where now you could add in an income rider to an equity index annuity. Now, those fees range. So normally, an equity index annuity, there's no fee. Typically, that's not everyone out there, but there's no fee just to grow and protect. You can pay a fee for higher performance. We'll get into that in the next video here, but we could also pay for a rider fee. Now, typically a rider fee, it could be 0%. It can go all the way up to 1.5%. And what this will give you is an income rider for life on the annuity. So for instance, you might have an example here where you have $100,000, you put it in, and X company will give you a 5% withdrawal rate on that 100,000 for the rest of your life, guaranteed for the rest of your life there. Now it's a little bit more complex than that because they do give you some guaranteed bonuses and returns per year the longer you wait to take income. A lot of stuff goes into it. I'm going to save that for the next video and dive a little bit deeper there. So please click below. Check out the other videos, link into the equity index annuity, and we're happy to go over it with you more. If you want to meet with me personally, please click below on my website, schedule an appointment. We always love meeting new investors and help them figure out what are the best options you can take. So a great rest of your day, and I appreciate you watching the video.